Somebody once told me in this industry that some days you're the dog, some days you're the fire hydrant. And Mark Zinno, yesterday we were the latter. Buckle up, everybody. It's going to be quite the show, I feel, here. On the morning wager on Friday, we will bare our soul, we will shed some tears, and hopefully we will move on to what can be a profitable Friday. Sir.
I know people don't like it when I get upset or ticked off, but I will admit it, I am fully on tilt after what happened last night at Texas Tech. I tell you what, there's a 99% chance I'm not putting a play in today. Sorry to all the subscribers. Sorry to everybody who bought the package. I need a day off. That was complete bull last night, and I don't want any part of today. I don't care. I need a break. That was for that. If you would have told me that they were going to be up by 13 at half and give up less points in the second half than they did in the first, I would have told you to wager your absolute life on Texas Tech covering that game. 19% they shot in the second half of that game. That was a concerted effort to blow. I think Chris Beard is on the take. I think he threw. I think he took a dive. There's no other logical explanation for how you could shoot 6 for 31 in the second half of that game. There's just no. Again, apologies to everybody who tailed. Apologies to the people who bought the 5% package yesterday. I'd love to give you all your money back, but I don't have any left because I lost my ass on it. So, yeah, that's it's just one of those inexplicable things about this industry that sucks. And I was driving I'm doing local radio today. I was driving into the studio, and you know what song came on the radio? Unwell by Matchbox 20, which describes my current state right now. I am not well after last night.
You aren't. I've spoken to you off before the show. If I've heard that tone before, it's a dangerous place to be on the other end of that phone call. But let's see if I could turn your frown upside down. I would like to say, Mark, what happened to you? I know I pretty much resigned to the fact that I'm not going to, but I would like to tell you, okay, I am right there with you because Texas Tech was not alone in late game meltdowns. I had 2 of them yesterday. Wake Forest is winning outright against North Carolina. I got plus 5.5. They made 1 basket, Wake Forest, over the last 6 minutes and 30 seconds. They were 2 of 22 from 3. Legitimately, everything I wrote in that game was right, except the fact where Wake shot 8% from 3. And then to cap it off, in the nightcap, I had Kentucky laying 6 against Oklahoma. Now, for much of that game, it was close whether or not I was going to get a win, but they're up 11 with 2 minutes left. They needed a buzzer beater just to win the game. So 2 gag jobs for me. Sorry, guys, to everybody. I just tweeted this morning my recap, and I did write, obviously, it's no condolences to anyone who's on board, but a painful reminder. Days like that can happen. Earlier in the week, we brought it up. We said we cannot continue. We can't keep winning 70% over a 30-day stretch. We can't. And so we move upward and onward.
I would have rather Texas Tech lost 100-6 last night. Yes, I would have rather been so dead wrong on my handicap and totally misread the game than have what happened right there, that they literally stopped playing basketball in the second half. This is why I play first halves, because I don't need the freaking stress of this crap. I mean, get the hell out of Dodge after 20 minutes. It's what I should have done.
You and I have said that before. It's one thing you and I do have in common, that it's like we would rather just be, like you said, completely off base and just know it was a flat out wrong handicap than have kind of the right handicap and then we'll watch it go down like that. All right, let's see if we can get people some winners now. Those were the losers. Let's try to get people some winners.
After yesterday, why would they believe us? Everything we said was wrong. Everything we said was wrong.
Well, we had 1 right on the show. 1 out of 3 on the show was right yesterday. Arizona took care of Kansas. But let's talk about today. You're going to talk about Maryland and Illinois. I actually talked about Illinois in the college. What's that?
Not for long. But go ahead.
Okay. Maryland and Illinois playing in the Big Ten tournament. Illinois, I actually talked about them on the college basketball tip-off show yesterday. I thought Iowa was a good matchup for them. It was, again. And they've advanced. Maryland is the team off a bye. Illinois continues to carry a lot of respect in the market. Despite being the team playing on no rest, this game is priced as a virtual pick'em. You think Maryland on the money line is a good deal?
Well, I don't know anything right now because my confidence is rattled and shaken, but we will turn around and tell you that when these 2 teams met back in the middle of February. The game was in Illinois. Sorry, this is late January. Terps absolutely dominated this team, dominated them. They won by 21 in a second half performance where they just absolutely poured it on. Maryland shot 50% from the field. They didn't shoot great from three, which is one of the things they actually do well. They forced 16 turnovers and took advantage inside. I don't know that this Illinois team is a better version of itself now than it was back in late January when the Illini were ranked 17th in the country and the Terrapins hadn't been ranked yet at all. So this is a much better version of this Maryland team. And oh, by the way, that was a game where the Terps were a 5.5-point underdog on the road. So now we're getting a sort of a 4-point swing on a neutral site. You know, Maryland almost a 5-point swing on a neutral site with Maryland laying 1.5. So clearly Maryland's a better team here. I think this number should be closer to 3, but don't listen to anything I say. After yesterday, I wouldn't listen to anything I say. But nonetheless, we're going to back the Terrapins here, especially with Illinois going from playing one of the softest defenses in the country to one of the toughest defenses in the country. So give me the Terps on the money line.
That needs to be reiterated here real quick. I had mentioned on my breakdown yesterday of Illinois and Iowa that Iowa by far the worst defensive rating in the Big Ten. They proved why. They gave up over 100 points again. By the way, I keep waiting for like Raheem Morris to walk through that door or something like that to add some hilarity to the show.
Right now, his defense is actually better than mine. So there is that.
Okay. All right. We will have another power conference matchup in our show best bet coming up, but let's take you a little lower on the board here for my half of the double play. Seattle and Utah Valley. Are you paying attention to the WAC tournament, Matt Zinno? The wiggity whack.
No, I'm not paying attention to
Utah
anything.
Valley.
I don't care. I'm not even going to watch basketball today.
You're clearly in a mood today. But let me tell the folks about the WAC tournament. Utah Valley is the top seed in this thing. They come in on a 9-game win streak. They had yesterday off, a bye into the semifinals. Meanwhile, Seattle, they had to win yesterday to get to the semifinals. They beat Abilene Christian 69-63. They were up by 2 possessions pretty much most of the way. They wind up pushing on the closing number of 6. Mark, you know, every once in a while I like to go to old kenpalm.com and click the luck ratings column. See how that sorts out. Would you like to wager where you will find Seattle, you in that column right now?
I don't give a rat's ass.
I knew that was going to be the answer. Well, I'll tell you. Yeah. They're right at the bottom. They are the unluckiest team in the country per Ken Palm. And you know, Mark, and I think many of the loyal viewers of the Morning Wager know that when I see a team is unlucky, that is when I want to jump on board. And I think this is a great shot for Seattle. They're only a 2.5-point dog, despite being the 4 seed and having played yesterday. That tells you something right there. Odds makers see these teams pretty close to even. And let's look at Utah Valley's season, guys. Undefeated at home, but this game is not being played at campus sites, this tournament. It's being played in Vegas at the Orleans. So Utah Valley doesn't have that home court advantage here. These teams played twice in the regular season, kind of true to the form I spoke of just a moment ago with Seattle being unlucky. Those games were decided by 4 and 6. Utah Valley won both. The adage of it's hard to beat a team 3 times, it's actually not exactly true when you run the numbers. That being said, I don't think there's a big gap between these two teams. I don't think Utah Valley is going to beat Seattle a 3rd time. I think Seattle could steal this one. We do need to be a little concerned with the fact that Seattle benefited from some atrocious 3-point shooting by Abilene Christian yesterday. I believe Abilene Christian was 1 of 18 from 3. Seattle does not shoot the 3 well, but here's what they do well. They don't turn the ball over. They play at the slowest tempo in the WAC, and they've got the best defensive rating in the WAC. They're going to limit possessions here. I think they can steal this game. They got the best player in the conference in Moncrief. Seattle Redhawks plus 2.5 is my show bet, is my half of the double play. So there you go. You see on your go ahead.
For your impersonations, that was an incredibly long breakdown for a school that nobody gives a rip about.
Yeah, I noticed it was getting a little long in the tooth. You know, I was prepared. I didn't know when you had before the show said that you weren't going to say very much. I over prepared. I prepare for the show like I prepare for the show in the same way that Lester Holt prepares for the 6:30 news. That's how serious I take it. I always over prepare. Lots of notes.
Here's a note for you. Chris Beard sucks.
Yeah,
Texas. Yes. So I hope they lose in the first I hope they lose in the first round of the NCAA tournament. I hope some 14 seed sends them packing. That's what I'm praying to God. God, if you are alive and there is a God in the heavens, knock Texas Tech out of this tournament in the most embarrassing fashion in the first day. That's what I want.
I love when you're spiteful like that, Mark Zinno. It's very charming. As you see on the bottom of your screen right now, the Morning Wager will be presenting on Sunday a Selection Sunday show as
Special,
we
right?
react live to the bracket. Yeah, I know. I am at this point in the back of my head. I am fearing what could possibly happen on that program. But Mark Zinno and I will be hosting, giving you instant reactions to the field of 68. We'll be
I
joined
might
by
have
the
to get
likes of
lit.
Steve
I have to
Merrill,
get hammered.
Adam Trigger, Rob Zinno, all great people. It's going to be a fun time. You scan that QR code, you're taken right to the show. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
I assume you don't want. I assume if I try to promote our package, which is still available for the next 48 hours, you will attempt to kill me.
I mean, after yesterday, why would you want to buy anything? Look what we did to
It
you
wasn't
people.
good.
Yeah, exactly. You did say Rob Zinno.
No, I did not say Rob Zinno. Did I say
Yes, you
Rob
did.
Zinno?
Yes, you did.
You know why I said that? Because
Rob
Prez
Vino.
said it when I was on with him. It's Rob Vino.
Oh.
Yes. Zinno, Vino. I'm sorry. Prez screwed me up. But when I was on with Prez earlier, speaking of WagerTalk today, he said Rob Zeno. And I'm going to have to prepare for Sunday. I'm going to practice in the mirror saying Rob Vino for 48 hours.
You need to get a life.
Nothing. Actually, I'm going to the Max. I mean, the peanut gallery. I mean, the peanut gallery is spoken. I will be going to the Max semifinals this evening, actually. So some BP in-person under opportunities. Akron, Toledo. My alma mater got bounced in overtime yesterday. That was another kick in the teeth, a non-betting kick in the teeth. I wanted them to win so I could watch them play in person tonight. They're not going to. It's Akron, Toledo, Kent, Miami of Ohio in the Max semis. I'm looking forward to that. All right. Show best bet time. Zinno, first half under Texas, Tennessee. Tennessee with a big rest edge. They got a bye in the semifinals. Texas has had to play each of the last 2 days. They went to double overtime last night against Texas A&M. Texas is, dare I say, a mercurial team. You never know what you're going to get. I've cashed some big plays on them this year. They've broken my heart other times. They're facing the number one defense in the country in Tennessee. Low scoring start seems logical in this one.
Yeah. Well, Texas shot 46% in their game against Vanderbilt. They shot 43% in their game against Texas A&M. Vanderbilt and A&M are nowhere near as good as defense as Tennessee is. I don't think they'll have the same level of success. I think there's a certain amount of tired legs with them. I think you're going to run into a buzzsaw, and Tennessee's pace should kill this thing quicker than Chris Beard killed every single ounce of sanity that I had last night. So, yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully Chris Beard, will not be anywhere near the court when Tennessee takes it. This is an early game, people. Afternoon tip-off. Lots of game. I know Mark Zinno will not be watching, but it is wire-to-wire college hoops.
Who is that schmuck in Texas Tech playing tonight? Who are they playing tonight?
Texas Tech. They are playing
Arizona.
Arizona.
Arizona. And Texas Tech is favored. I might, out of principle, just bet Arizona tonight. I'm out of principle. Out of principle. I hope Arizona runs that team out of the gym. I hope every one of those Texas Tech players leaves on a stretcher.
God.
You know what? You probably have a better chance at making a shot from the stretcher than you did last night on the court.
I have a better chance of making a shot.
I could go 6 for 31. I could have done that.
I have gone 6 for 31.
Little white kid, I could have done that.
All right. Mark Zinno is verklempt, angry. But by Sunday, I rest assured, I'm going to have this man's mood turned around, everybody. And he'll be the joyful person that we all know and love. At least I hope. So you are, dare I say, you're forlorn. I know you always get mad when I use words that you think nobody knows, but you are looking forlorn today, sir. And we are going to bid everyone adieu, I think, on that note. You can, despite yesterday's results, if you want to go WT.buzz/BP, WT.buzz/MZ, that package still available. All of Mark and I's picks. All of Mark and I's picks. Okay. I'm probably gonna have 2 college basketball plays today. Maybe a little soccer. I know everyone loves soccer.
You're glutton for punishment.
There you go.
I'm taking a day off. I need a break.
All right. Well, have a good radio show. There we go. Oh, there's no poop at that website, except that yesterday's 2 plays were poop. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna do it there. If you have not liked, by the way, maybe you were angry with us at the start of the show. Maybe we've made you smile at least once or twice over the last 15 minutes. If so, smash that like button. Don't forget to comment down below. Let us know what you're betting on this fine Friday. And make sure you click subscribe.
They shot 19% in the second half of that game.
Not good.
13-point lead half. 13-point lead.
Not good. No chance you're going to dance on the way out, are you?
Not even Patty Johnson.
I was going to say, could a sloppy parlay maybe turn that frown upside down? No.
Sloppy was the shooting that did the second half.
The years have not been kind to Chris Beard.
Change that lyric. There were no winnings going last night. None. 0. Not anymore.
You should always have my back, Mark Zinno. Have a nice weekend. That's unnecessary.
Parlays never lie.